Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody rise up weekdays. Catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good afternoon. Good evening and good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. I miss you guys. It has been a very interesting couple days for me. Your boy has been sick as a dog. I don't even know why that phrase even exists, real talk. Sick as a dog. Still trying to figure that out and where the origins of that came from. But anyway, So I appreciate some of you guys have been sending me messages trying to check on me and all that kind of stuff. And I do want to say I do appreciate you guys just, checking in on me. I got an email saying, hey, just wanted to send a wellness check, making sure you're okay. And I'm okay. That cold, I'm still dealing with this cold right now as we speak. And no, it's not it's not that other stuff. Okay, it's not that Rona. It's just a regular, good old-fashioned, nasty cold. So I'm still dealing with it, but I was like, you know what? I need to get on here, chop it up with you guys, because it's been 4 days since I've done a show. I think that's the longest I've been off the air in a very, very long time. And it wasn't because, not like I got hit with any kind of, wasn't like I was banned or anything like that. I wasn't, on probation or anything crazy like that, YouTube probation or anything. Literally, I've been sick. Very, 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 very sick. So after that show, the very next day, I couldn't talk. Yeah, your boy lost his voice. Literally, I could not talk for a whole day. It sucked. So had to, do what I had to do, sit there, sleep. Woo! Everything else. You know what I'm saying? All that other stuff. Let me put that music back on. But this cold was no joke. And I'm kind of known for burning the candle at both ends all the time. So my body said, hail to the no, you ain't moving, y'all. You ain't moving, bro. You gonna sit right there, my brother. And that's exactly what I did for 2 of those days. The other 2 days were, the weekend. So I was just trying to recover, trying to get better. And like you can still hear it. I'm still congested, still got things moving through my body and all that stuff. But I'm back up, running. I'm happy to be back with you guys and all that. But so there's a lot that we need to talk about. There's a lot of other stories that we need to talk about outside of this Quentin Simon debacle, but it's been 4 days. I figured, hey, we could talk about the things that that I didn't get to cover over the past 4 days. And let me tell y'all, this stuff has been absolutely insane. Okay? This has been definitely insane. All right? And I got to be real. Let me just say this. I didn't expect for it to go this way. All right. I mean, I kind of did, but I kind of didn't. I was hoping it wasn't going to go down this particular route, but it did. Okay. So we got to look into some stuff. It's been absolutely insane. We got to look into this. And it's, like I said, some old stuff, some new stuff. We just got to get back into the swing of things. Of course, there's some other stories, like I said, I will be talking about that I didn't get to cover over the past couple days, that I will be talking about in the very near future. But I was like, hey, let me just do a quick update, let you guys know of what's going on outside of the Quentin Simons or the Simons or the Howells / Simon's house, and kind of go from there. You know what I mean? And everything else that we know of so far. So let's get into this, shall we? Do me a favor. One thing real quick. Do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. Do not forget to crush that like button. That would really mean a lot. Send it past 200 likes. And of course, do not forget to crush that subscribe button. Your boy's working hard out here in these streets to give you the information that you need. Anyway, Let's get into it, okay? As we already know, FBI and law enforcement they've been working their butts off, okay? They've been out there in the landfill out in Savannah, Georgia, looking for this little boy, Quentin Simon. They have still not come up with anything yet. No sign of this young boy at this landfill at all whatsoever. But that's not where all the action's really going down at. All the action's really going down right outside Quentin Simon's family's home. Okay? And it's absolutely insane, okay? Which we will be looking at here very, very shortly. And I appreciate all the get well soon and get well comments and all that. And Chef, did not know that there was one going on. Is that present? Is that recent? Is that current right now, Chef? Comment in the thing. That's very, very interesting. I'd love to check that out if that is brand new news, because that's very interesting news to me. Okay. But as I was saying, there's just been absolute madness going on the outside of the Quentin family, or Quentin Simon's family home. Okay. It's been really, really nutty. Of course, we already know there's been a bunch of other stuff that's been revolving around this. Like I said, it's just been getting so over the top. All right. So over the top, so crazy that I was like, I was hoping that it would not go down the laundry route, the Brian Laundry route. Okay. The Gabby Petito, Brian Laundry route. But what else is new? Once you start getting people that are very enraged, very passionate, understandably, very passionate about finding this young boy, you're going to have people raise their voices. You're going to have people do things that maybe they wouldn't regularly do on any other given day. And it is absolutely, all of this is absolutely insane. Okay. As we've already seen, like posts like this right here. Let me show you guys real quick. In this last, show that I showed you guys, there was obviously posts like this. People were already coming out, showing up, showing out, being there, being as present as they possibly can be outside of Quentin Simon's home. Where obviously we've been seeing this, where protesters are out there. I mean, they're getting into it. Okay. Damn. Sorry, I'm reading your comments here. For real? Have mercy. Well, we're going to take a little bit of a left turn here, guys. Hold on. That's news to me. This is in St. Louis? What's the name of the school one more time? What? Sorry for the left turn, guys. Hold on. No way. No way. This cannot be true. Sorry, guys. I know some of you guys, most of you guys are here for the Quentin Simon stuff, but let me show this to you guys really quick. This is news. Right now, breaking. 2 students injured in school incident. You see that in St. Louis. Wow. Suspect in custody, police say. What the hell? 2 students were injured in a school situation at the Central Visual and Performing Arts High School in St. Louis Monday morning, according to a tweet from the district. And the police report says that the suspect is in custody. Police are on site at the CVPA this morning following reports of an active shooter, and both CVPA and Collegiate are on lockdown. Shooter was quickly stopped by police inside CVPA. 2 students were injured, and have been taken to the hospital. They a tweet from the St. Louis PD said our department responded to an active shooting incident this morning at Central VP School. A suspect was taken into custody. The high school is a magnet school about 6 miles southwest of the city's downtown. Wow. You know, what's crazy is wow, I didn't know about this. This is wild, y'all. This is terrible news. King Bob said there's 6 injured, and apparently there's going to be a press conference here at 11. Brian Ellison said it's the old Southwest High School. Oh my gosh. Wow. Hold on. Students were being evacuated from the campus, going to safe and secure sites. The district went on to say people are being asked to avoid the area. Word of the incident comes from the same day Michigan teen. Apparently, yes, Ethan Crumbly, that monster, is pleading guilty today over M charges. Okay, for a Michigan school situation that happened last year in which 4 people were unalived and 7 others were injured. Wow. What? Okay, let me this is all breaking news, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just learning about this, and this is devastating news. This is in my neck of the woods. Just so you guys know, this is some terrible, terrible news. And it's funny. I have I don't know how many projects that I have actually been involved in with that particular high school. Wow. I need a second here, guys. Let's see. This is from KTVU. Let's see this. Sorry, 1 second, guys. I got a video I'm going to pull up here in 2 seconds. It's running an ad, but this is very, very bad. Very, very bad news. Come on. Well, I'm sorry. I was looking at this and sorry, you guys don't see here. Oh man, come on. Oh, sorry, guys. That's crazy. Hold on. I'll be right back, guys. I don't know why it's doing this, but give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna, or maybe I can fix it in here. Hold on. No, I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Let me see if I could fix this. Hopefully, you guys can hear this. I'm sorry, I had to reboot the entire computer and all that, and I got to get this stuff back. Everything I had set up is gone, so I got to do this all over again. But it's all good. Let us see. I want to hear this. This doesn't add. But can you hear this? Hit the number one if you can hear it. Okay, let me know. Okay, good. Let us play that again. So you guys are here. I'm so confused. That is so crazy. Okay. All right. Let me see what I can do here. Uh it did it played it's doing something funny to me. Let's try this again. Come on. Now, let me know if you can hear the actual video. Hit the number 1 if you can hear the actual video. I don't understand why this is acting weird, but hit the number 1 if you can hear the video. Not me, but the video. What the hell is going on? What in the hell is going on? All right, hold up. I think this thing decided to get. I don't understand why it's being weird, but let's try this.
Monday morning after 3 people were injured in a shooting. Now, the shooter was stopped by police inside of the high school. St. Louis Public Schools said 2 students were injured and are headed to the hospital. Now, children and police were seen leaving the school building, even running at times. Officers were also seen helping students scale fences and buildings. Officers had guns drawn at one point. And the high school is at here.
So I'm going to play this again. Okay. Have mercy. I'm sorry, guys. Thank you. I think this program over the past 4 days decided to do something different on me. They upgraded some stuff. So that's all news to me. Sorry about that, guys. Let me just do this one more time. I'm going to play this clip again from the top. Okay. Thank you guys so much for your patience. Let's go.
Again, this happening just after. Let's go ahead and turn our attention to some breaking news out of St. Louis, Missouri, where we are getting more information on those 3 who were injured at this high school shooting. This live picture aerial is coming to us from News Nation. They're also giving us some information saying that there is, and you can clearly see it too, a huge police presence and first responder presence here near Central Visual and Performing Arts High School on Monday morning after 3 people were injured in a shooting. Now, the shooter was stopped by police inside of the high school. St. Louis Public Schools said 2 students were injured and are headed to the hospital. Now, children and police were seen leaving the school building, even running at times. Officers were also seen helping students scale fences and buildings. Officers had guns drawn at one point. And the high school is at here. Again, this happening just after the 9 a.m. hour, around 9:12 a.m. Ambulances also here on scene as well. Now, police are expected to give a briefing on this evolving situation. We're hoping that could come sometime soon. Of course, as soon as we do see that, we'll be bringing you out to that press conference there again. Now, I do want to just reiterate that at this time, police do say they do have that one person who is accused of doing this incident in custody here. The shooter was stopped by police inside of that high school. St. Louis Public Schools did say 2 of their students were injured. They are headed to the hospital. Live now from Fox, going to continue to keep an eye on these live aerials, as well as continue to try to find more information. If we do get more, we'll of course be bringing it to you right here.
Wow, this is obviously breaking news. Obviously, I was going to be talking about Quentin Simon here, which I will be talking about here very shortly. But apparently there is going to be some sort of press conference that I'm still kind of waiting to see if that's actually happening, if it's already happened or not. Yeah, I'm hearing that there's more than just 4. I'm hearing 6. I'm also getting some emails. I'm expecting some emails revolving around this as well. This is also just very, very strange and odd as well. Okay, so apparently, whoa. So apparently, there's something else going on here. What the what? Okay, so I'm getting some new news. Okay, so this is all breaking. I don't even know. I'm sorry. I'm still, maybe it's the cold medicine. I don't really know, but this is some crazy stuff. This is what I'm seeing on, this is being shared on Facebook and all that right now. Somebody said in a comment, time to go and get them. I'm not taking no chances, period. Then somebody else, and this person was re-sharing another post, and it's saying in this post that they reshared, I was told all St. Louis public schools are getting targeted today. Go get them babies from your school, y'all. Verbatim. I'm still again, that was about an hour ago. They're saying somebody else put it out there. I don't know if this is just somebody trying to stoke the flames and get people more paranoid and more scared and all that stuff. But at the same time, I have to say that. I don't know, just really quick. But they said in this post, I was told all St. Louis public schools are getting targeted today. Go get them babies from school, y'all. That's literally from what they're saying. All St. Louis public schools are on lockdown. No one's allowed in or out right now. And that was a post, or that was a comment underneath that post as of 34 minutes ago. This is all breaking news, guys. And the fact that my mind is absolutely blown right now. To be completely honest, my mind is absolutely blown that this is even real. Oh, wow. Okay, so we got some information. I'm trying to see if there's maybe. Trying to see if there's maybe a press conference going on right now. Right now, I don't see anything as of yet. But right now, people are saying that I don't even know what's going on, y'all. I know you guys came in for Quentin Simon talk, but now we're hearing that there's a active situation going on in St. Louis, and now they're saying allegedly St. Louis schools, St. Louis public schools, are being targeted. Don't know if that's entirely true or not, but that's what's going on right now. People are sending those things in text messages. They're posting that comment on Facebook right now. And this is all the information that I have right now. I'm still waiting for some stuff. Fox 2 Live. Let me see. See, the thing is with the internets. That's an hour ago. I'm trying to see if there's something a little bit more recent. And the fact that we're even having this conversation is still mind blowing to me. I'm sorry, guys. Let me just, this is insane. Let's look. Hold on. I want to make sure. I don't know why the audio has been all jacked up. Okay, so I apologize again. I appreciate the super chat, Mrs. and Mr. Steelers. What's up? Thank you so much. Yeah, first day back, and we're in this right now. And for those of y'all who are filing in right now, starting to come in, please get the word out right now. If you're in the St. Louis area, if you have any friends, family, etc., whatever, loved ones that are in the St. Louis area, I would just say make sure that and they have kids that matriculate in any St. Louis public school at all, be sure to contact your schools, contact your kids, make sure your kids are okay, because allegedly they're saying something bigger is going on, but that's just alleged. All right. So I'd rather y'all be safe than not be safe at all. Okay. So please, again, if you have friends in the St. Louis area, please let them know what's going down right now. Okay. And Steelers, thank you so much for the 5. F professionalism today. Just be you and keep us updated. No judgment from us. This is your neighborhood. We get it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is my stomping grounds, y'all. Okay. So let's take a look at this. This is from, and we will be getting into the Quentin Simon stuff here. All depending. But yeah, like I said, I'm waiting for some more emails, some more information, which will be, looks like I got a bunch right now. So, but let's take a look at this right quick. This is from Fox 2, St. Louis Fox 2. All right. One thing real quick. I just want to make sure, because we do have, sorry, so much going on. Whoops. So much going on. And I want to make sure that we get it all. There is a live press conference going on Facebook right now. Why is it Facebook? Like Facebook. But let's take a look at this. Okay. This is live right now as we speak. Let's go.
Good morning. Obviously, today is a tragedy.
Our children shouldn't have to experience this. They shouldn't have to go through active shooter drills in case something happens. And unfortunately, that happened today. I also want to thank our first responders who ran in.
This is our mayor.
And made sure our babies were safe and took care of the situation sooner rather than later. And I'm sure that everyone involved is going to have to deal with the trauma that will reverberate across our community in the days and the months to come. This is just so unfair. It's so unfair. My heart and prayers go out to the families again. And I want to thank the school district, again, and our first responders for running towards danger to save our children, to save our staff and students. Thank you. Congresswoman Bush.
So today is one of those days that we pray never happens across this country, but parents wake up every day in this community praying that it's not their school, it's not their child, it's not the situation of our community. Well, today was one of those days. We want to thank, again, our first responders, but we also want to thank those teachers and school staff and administrators that were in place and moving and ready. Those that were there to support the students and those that are there right now with the students. Our office would like to make sure that families know that we are standing with you, that our phone lines are open. If you don't know who to talk to, you can call our office. The phone number is 314-955-9980. It's 314-955-9980. If you need resources, let me say to our students and to the faculty, if you need help, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to not hold it to yourself. We can help. So reach out to our office. We want to be there to support you. And our hearts go out to each and every one of you. But as we're thinking about how to help, we will also be here on the ground to help. Our team is here, and we will continue to be here for each and every one of you.
All right, we'll open up for a few questions.
Chief, what can you tell us about the people who are deceased? We've heard one may have been a teacher. Are we to imply, or do you know if the other was a student?
Right. So the adult at the school, the adult female, once we can make notification of next of kin, we'll identify her relationship to the school. But at the moment, we're going to kind of respect that family and give them some time. We're just waiting for notification. And for the teen who remained here, the same for them. Hopefully, we'll have more information about their relationships. But I do want to say,
how did the shooter get in?
I do want, yeah, that's a good question. I was just going to address that. The doors were locked. All right, the doors were locked. Don't be confused.
And there's metal detectors
there. The school was closed, and the doors were locked. The security staff did an outstanding job identifying the suspect's efforts to enter, and immediately notified other staff and ensured that we were contacted. It was a timely response by that security officer to fact that the door did cause pause for the suspect, that bought us some time. So, but yes, the doors were locked.
So I'm sorry, I'm confused. The doors were locked. How did he?
We're not going to talk about how the suspect gained entry.
What kind of security is in place here
What?
at the school on a day-to-day basis?
So, Doctor.
All of our high schools are housing security. In this particular building, there was 7 active security in the building on today. And so they were located at the place where kids are coming through the metal detectors. That's where they were today on both sides of the building. But there were 7 active officers on site today.
Can you clarify how many were transported?
8 individuals were transported, including the suspect.
What room was he in when the officers confronted him and shot him?
So that it was on the 3rd floor, in a room. I don't know if it was a classroom. I believe it was, but it just all kind of merged. I haven't been in. It is a crime scene, so I don't.
Chief, some of the survivors have told KMOX that they leaped out of a 3rd floor window to get away. Can you confirm that people jump out of the windows to get away?
We're not aware yet. Now, understanding that hundreds of kids fled out of the building, which they should have done. And thank God again for the teachers and the adults in the building who helped facilitate their escape. I don't know the means by which they left. As we go through our interview process, we'll learn more about that, but it's possible that they did do that.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Targeted? Do we know if any of the victims were targeted?
We won't know anything about that until the suspect has been identified. We know that suspect's relationship to the school and the victims.
Did he fire at the officers? I'm sorry if I missed that.
Yeah, there was an exchange of gunfire.
Okay. The math ain't mathin' for me. You want to know why? I've been inside of that school several times. That school has metal detectors. They even have a security kiosk kind of thing. The only way you can go in and out is through those metal detectors and through walking by the security spot as well. So this makes no sense to me, guys. It doesn't. How did this kid or this shooter, how did they go in? How did they go into the school with this weapon when there's metal detectors going on? I don't get that. Something ain't mathing right. But I'm gonna play it again because there's a bunch that happened in the very beginning. There's a bunch that was said that we missed out on that I want to make sure that we hear this particular officer say what he needs to say here as well. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around this. It doesn't make any sense. But as we are going through this right now, this is breaking news. There was an active shooter at the Central Visual Performing Arts High School in St. Louis, Missouri. Right now, we're hearing that I just got an email saying that 2 teachers have perished, a male and female teacher. But that's all I have right now. Obviously, we've heard that there have been more people injured, up to about 6 to 8 individuals that were injured during this incident. It just doesn't make any sense. But let's look into this. I'm going to look at your super chats here very, very shortly. But this is all breaking news, and my sick mind, meaning the cold that I have, not that I have a sick mind, is still processing this whole thing. Maybe it's the cold medicine just slowly letting me have this hit me. But this is still just very, very strange and wild news. Especially I've done many projects, like I said, in this very school. So I know this school very, very well. And what makes no sense is how is this piece of work was able to go into that school without getting detected. There's metal detectors in that school. How did that happen? That does not make any sense to me. So let's take a look at this.
minute for sound. Can everybody hear me?
Go ahead and go up.
Everybody ready?
Go ahead, Laura, get in.
Take your time. Don't worry. Don't fall.
Okay, you all. So we got a few people that will be speaking. At the end, we'll take just a few questions. Obviously, with these types of incidents, there's a lot of moving parts to them. A lot of things we're still gathering. So we'll take a few questions afterwards, and we'll start with the chief.
Let me in this. Who you talking to like that?
Wait a second. What happened? How did that happen? Oh, they took down the live. Son of a gun. Hold on. They took down that live. That's ridiculous. Let me see if I can.
We got a few people that will be speaking.
Try that again.
At the end, we'll take just a few questions. Obviously, with these types of incidents, there's a lot of moving parts to them. A lot of things we're still gathering. So we'll take a few questions afterwards, and we'll start with the chief, who will give some brief details about what happened today.
Good morning. I'm Chief Mike Sack. This morning, about 9:10 a.m., we received a call for an active shooter at the school here at Kings Highway and Arsenal. Officers arrived within a couple minutes of the call going out. They immediately made entry into the school. As kids were fleeing out of the building, they talked to some of the kids who told them that there was a shooter armed with a long gun. The officers began to clear the building looking for the shooter. Upon hearing gunfire, they ran to that gunfire, located the shooter, and engaged that shooter in exchange of gunfire. The suspect was struck and transported from this location, and that suspect has since been pronounced deceased. At this time, no officers are injured. We had 8 individuals from the school who were transported to local hospitals. 1 adult female has been pronounced at a local hospital. I believe that was from gunfire. We have 1 teenage female remaining here at the scene. She's also been pronounced as a result of wounds she received from gunfire. The others who were injured suffered a variety of injuries, from shrapnel injuries to gunshots. They're currently being treated. As their condition changes, we hope for the better. We'll provide that information to you as the day goes on. The building has been searched, initially by responding officers, then by our SWAT team. The bomb dog did go through the building after that. The Force Investigation Unit will be conducting the investigation here. They now control the building. They're going to be conducting their search and doing interviews. All the kids, when they were left the school, were directed to 2 particular locations. They've since been transported to Gateway School. Parents may respond to Gateway School to be reunited with their children. We do need to get the information of the kids who are in the building so we can talk to them. That may not happen today. We need to get their information, understand, but they may not be interviewed today, understanding that they just went through a traumatic incident. But we do need to identify who was in the building and where they were at. That's very important. The officers did an amazing job. I was talking to a captain who was one of the first people into the school building. He spoke about how the officers arrived quickly, made entry with no hesitation, went directly to the sound of gunfire, which is the expectation, not only of the department, but of the community as well, to protect our kids and our teachers in these schools that should be considered safe. This is a heartbreaking day for all of us. It's going to be tough. While on paper, we might have 9 victims, 8 who are transported and 1 remain, we have hundreds of others. Everyone who survived here is going to take home trauma. Even the officers who responded here, and the firefighters and the paramedics who worked on people here are going to experience some degree of trauma. It's terrible to think about. Here is a safe place where kids go to learn, to grow, to develop, and something like this happens. It's just heartbreaking. But that we're aware of, there's no additional threats. So the community is safe here. Officers are patrolling the area. We have located what we believe to be as a suspect's vehicle. We'll be going through that soon after the bomb dog or the bomb squad checks it out. But again, we believe that we have the 1 suspect recovered and that no one else is at immediate risk at this time. And officers are currently working and processing the scene and are going to work to prepare their report for this incident.
Thank you. About the suspect, his age, his connection to the school.
Sure. The suspect appears to be about 20 years of age. We haven't positively identified him yet, and that will then lead to any relationship to a person or the school itself.
Can we hold
Chief,
the
what can you
questions
talk-
until the end? We have a few other people that need to speak. We'll take questions at the end. Dr. Isom.
So I just want to say our hearts go out to the victims of this tragedy, certainly those who have lost loved ones. But as the chief has said, this is a community tragedy. All of us are impacted by horrific incidents like this. We will continue to work with the school, with the family members to complete the investigation and help with the recovery from this trauma. We know that many people will never recover, but we will try to assist them as they deal with their grief. So I do want to thank the officers for their response. I was here very quickly and they engaged the suspect, thankfully, immediately. And so I do believe that their quick actions saved lives. So thank you to the police department, and we will continue to work to follow up and get more information about why and how this happened. So thank you.
We have George Sells from St. Louis Public Schools.
Hi. Obviously, our prayers also to the families right now. Dr. Adams is not here because he's meeting with families right now. Dr. Adams, step right up. He was not here a few minutes ago.
Dr. Adams, Superintendent.
Good morning. Obviously, today is a tragedy. 700 students were impacted by what occurred here. The police department was on the spot. Our security team as well, as we're working aggressively to try to find out what occurred and to make sure that this does not happen again. I'm really pleased that the faculty and staff rallied around getting students out of the building as quickly as possible. The building right now is a crime scene, and obviously we'll be working with families to give them the materials that are left in the building and also to reopen the building as soon as possible. I want to thank the police department and all of those parties that
I visited this school on the first day and talked to the students and how excited they were about their upcoming school year. They were bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. We laughed, we sang, we danced. And now to be here for such a devastating and traumatic situation breaks my heart, especially as a mother. My son called because they got the news at his school as well. And he says, "Mommy, you sound stressed." I'm stressed and I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken for these families who send their children to our schools hoping that they'll be safe. Our children shouldn't have to experience this. They shouldn't have to go through active shooter drills in case something happens. And unfortunately, that happened today. I also want to thank our first responders who ran in and made sure our babies were safe and took care of the situation sooner rather than later. And I'm sure that everyone involved is going to have to deal with the trauma that will reverberate across our community in the days and the months to come. This is just so unfair. It's so unfair. My heart and prayers go out to the families again. And I want to thank the school district, again, and our first responders for running towards danger to save our children, to save our staff and students. Thank you.
Okay. That pretty much gets us back to where we were. I mean, I kind of let Mayor Tashara Jones, which you're seeing right now, she is the mayor of St. Louis, the city of St. Louis. And so that's kind of where we were when this whole thing started. So apparently there have been 8 that have been injured. Let me get this correct here, because this is like I said, terrible news. Looks like 3 have perished. That includes a teacher, a student, and the actual shooter. And from what we understand, the shooter was a 20-year-old. Has nothing, I mean, I don't know why this particular individual who is 20 years old was inside that high school unless they were an employee of the high school. So that's one piece that still doesn't make any sense to me. And for those of y'all who are obviously reading the title, because I changed the title because I didn't want you guys to think that, that you guys are coming in thinking that we're going to be talking about this little boy. And then obviously I was just given this breaking news that's actually happening right now, which is absolutely still just mind-blowing to me. But I'm going to play a little bit more of this just so you can hear Corey Bush and some other people speak. And of course, there's a little bit of questions at the end of this, so take a look.
So today is one of those days that we pray never happens across this country, but parents wake up every day in this community praying that it's not their school, it's not their child, it's not the situation of our community. Well, today was one of those days. We want to thank, again, our first responders, but we also want to thank those teachers and school staff and administrators that were in place and moving and ready. Those that were there to support the students and those that are there right now with the students. Our office would like to make sure that families know that we are standing with you, that our phone lines are open. If you don't know who to talk to, you can call our office. The phone number is 314-955-9980. It's 314-955-9980. If you need resources, let me say to our students and to the faculty, if you need help, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to not hold it to yourself. We can help. So reach out to our office. We want to be there to support you. And our hearts go out to each and every one of you. But as we're thinking about how to help, we will also be here on the ground to help. Our team is here, and we will continue to be here for each and every one of you.
All right, we'll open up for a few questions.
Chief, what can you tell us about the people who are deceased? We've heard one may have been a teacher. Are we to imply, or do you know if the other was a student?
Right. So the adult at the school, the adult female, once we can make notification of next of kin, we'll identify her relationship to the school. But at the moment, we're going to kind of respect that family and give them some time. We're just waiting for notification. And for the teen who remain here, the same for them. Hopefully, we'll have more information about their relationships. Like I do want to say,
how did the shooter get in?
I do want. Yeah, that's a good question. I was just going to address that.
Very important piece right here, which still does not make any sense to me. Let's go.
The doors were locked. All right, the doors were locked. Don't be confused. The school was closed and the doors were locked. The security staff did an outstanding job identifying the suspect's efforts to enter and immediately notified other staff and ensured that we were contacted. It was a timely response by that security officer. The fact that the door did cause pause for the suspect that bought us some time. School was closed and the doors were locked. The security. Like I do want to say,
how did the shooter get in?
Sorry, I'm playing that one more time so that you guys can all hear it in the nosebleed seats, okay? Because I'm still going, what?
I do want. Yeah, that's a good question. I was just going to address that. The doors were locked. All right, the doors were locked. Don't be confused. The school was closed and the doors were locked. The security staff did an outstanding job identifying the suspect's efforts to enter and immediately notified other staff and ensured that we were contacted. It was a timely response by that security officer. The fact that the door did cause pause for the suspect that bought us some time. So, but yes, the doors were locked.
So, I'm sorry, I'm confused. The doors were locked. How did he?
We're not going to talk about how the suspect gained entry.
What kind of security is in place here at the school on a day-to-day basis?
So, Doctor.
All of our high schools are housing security. In this particular building, there was 7 active security in the building on today. And so they were located at the place where kids are coming through the metal detectors. That's where they were today on both sides of the building. But there were 7 active officers on site today.
Can you clarify how many were transported?
8 individuals were transported, including the suspect.
What room was he in when the officers confronted him and shot?
So that it was on the 3rd floor, in a room. I don't know if it was a classroom. I believe it was, but it just all kind of merged. I haven't been in. It is a crime scene, so I don't.
Chief, some of the survivors have told KMOX that they leaped out of a 3rd floor window to get away. Can you confirm that people jump out of the windows to get away?
We're not aware yet. Now, understanding that hundreds of kids fled out of the building, which they should have done. And thank God again for the teachers and the adults in the building who helped facilitate their escape. I don't know the means by which they left. As we go through our interview process, we'll learn more about that, but it's possible that they did do that.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to be playing that piece, what the cop said here in a second, but because I just need to hear it again, because obviously this all went down when school was actually happening. I know some people are asking, wait a second, wait, you're telling me school was not opened yet? No, school was open. That's the only reason why so many students and there's so many injuries, so many casualties that are going on in this particular situation. But this is still, to me, extremely extremely weird, because I'm still trying to get it, okay? Because the doors were locked. So then what was it? Like I said, I want to hear the cop say it one more time, because I need to make that make sense just a little bit more to me. And I'm not trying to say that it's an inside job or anything crazy like that. I'm not saying that at all, but it doesn't make sense how, if the doors were locked, because the doors were locked, just kind of like, think about Uvalde. Uvalde, allegedly the doors will lock when school's in session. As soon as you walk in, you're locked in. Like, people on the outside have to either be buzzed in or let in, right? They have to be, you have to push the thing open for them to actually come in from the inside or buzzed in. So then how was this particular individual able to get through the door? If said door was locked, did he shoot it open? What did this particular person do? How did they do that? It doesn't make sense. Now I see Love Wins just said likely propped an open door. Could that have happened? I mean, I know people still out here. I mean, this is St. Louis. There's still smokers out here. People go out for smoke breaks all the time. Teachers especially do that as well. But at the same time, would they be doing that on school property? I don't know. But it doesn't make sense that he was still able to go into the school when the doors are already said locked. And of course, you guys caught it. I'm going to say it again too. The chief said, hey, the doors are locked. The doors were locked. He emphasized on that quite a bit. He leaned on that hard, y'all. So it makes you wonder, what's going on here? Why would they lean hard on the fact that the doors were locked if this particular individual was able to get in successfully? What did this piece of work do to get into the school? And again, I know this school, okay? I know this school. That is true. Doors are locked. You got to either be, they got to open the door from the inside to let you in, or you got to get buzzed in. So it's either one. Unless he went bow, 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 like a Hollywood movie and shot the lock off, which I doubt that happened either. But hear the cop one more time. Hear the chief say it one more time, because that doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
Moment we're going to kind of respect that family and give them some time. We're just waiting for notification. And for the teen who remained here, the same for that. Hopefully we'll have more information about their relationships. But I do want to say—
how did the shooter get in?
I do want— yeah, that's a good question. I was just going to address that. The doors were locked. All right, the doors were locked. Don't be confused.
Don't be confused. The doors were locked. You heard that. He's saying it. He's emphasizing it like a mug. So how did this shooter get inside the school? How?
The school was closed and the doors were locked. The security staff did an outstanding job identifying the suspect's efforts to enter and immediately notified other staff and ensured that we were contacted.
I'm going to roll that back. Roll that back just a few seconds. Let's hear that one more again. Let's go.
And the doors were locked.
The school was locked.
The security staff did an outstanding job identifying the suspect's efforts to enter.
Identifying the suspect's efforts to enter. Okay. Now let me just I'm just an inquisitive mother lover. You already know that about me. Okay? But when you hear the school was locked and Marion Suite, no, not locked down. It's just locked. Meaning school's in session, all doors are closed. If somebody, it would be very difficult for somebody to enter the school just on their own free will. They would have to have somebody of the staff or security actually hit the security button or open up a door to either buzz or let them in individually. But he just said there was efforts of getting into the building. All right. As soon as that there was efforts going into the building, does that mean they went straight through the door? Were they messing with a lock? Efforts in getting into the building. Was a window open and they crawled through the window? I mean, just saying. Again, I'm going to roll that tiny bit back so you can hear what he said. He said the doors were locked. School was locked. And then they noticed somebody trying to get access in entry into the school. That's when they started calling local authorities. Local law enforcement, I'm sorry. Hear it again.
All right, the doors were locked. Don't be confused.
Said it again.
The school was closed and the doors were locked.
Again, school was closed, door was locked. But there's other ways that somebody can get into a school. If there aren't bars or anything of that sort blocking other ways of getting into the school. So this person may have tried to get in through a school, like a classroom window. Just saying.
The security staff did an outstanding job identifying the suspect's efforts to enter and immediately notified other staff and ensured that we were contacted. It was that timely response by that security officer, the fact that the door did cause pause for the suspect, that bought us some time. So, but yes, the doors were locked.
So, I'm sorry, I'm confused. The doors were locked. How did he?
We're not going to talk about how the suspect gained entry.
And that's the part I don't understand. Why wouldn't they just say, hey, this is how he got in? You know, this is how the dude got in. Here it is. Done and done. And then we just make sure that all schools are savvy to those kind of things so that we can avoid losing other kids' lives. Man, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I am so tired. I am so tired of talking about these stories. Okay? I'm so tired of talking about this like this. We lose so many children and so many teachers because of this. And I get it. Our kids shouldn't feel our teachers and our students shouldn't feel like they're being incarcerated by going to school. It shouldn't feel like a prison. I absolutely 110% agree with that. Absolutely. They should be able to matriculate at any school that they want happily and be excited about learning. But the more and more we have these kind of incidents pop off, the more that we have casualty after casualty after casualty, the more these schools are going to start looking like a prison. Without a shadow of a doubt. This is getting ridiculous. And yet, still though, that piece of information where he's saying, we're not going to get into that right now. You can't tell us school was locked. Doors were locked. Ain't no way anybody could get through those doors. But yet he still was able, this particular monster was able to go into the school. Somebody who doesn't matriculate at that school, allegedly. From my understanding, 20 years old. Clearly gone from high school age, far from high school age. So why did this particular person target this particular school? And also, the main burning question is, how did he get in? How did he get in? Because if you give us that information, then maybe other schools can follow in suit. Protect those other schools as well. Stop from other casualties like this from happening. Let's hear him say it one more time.
What kind of security is in place here at the school on a day?
Time did cause pause for the suspect. Find other staff and ensured that we were contacted. It was that timely response by that security officer, the fact that the door did cause pause for the suspect, that bought us some time.
The door did cause pause. What do you think that says? When he says the door did cause pause for this suspect. Think about it. So he's basically saying he had issues getting in, but he still got in through the door. So either he took a crowbar to that door, he shot at the door, so on and so forth. God knows what. But he was able to access the door with much aggression, okay? With much elbow grease, okay? He was putting his back into it, and then he was able to get into the school. That's what I'm thinking. The way he said it, because he said, first and foremost, I want to make this abundantly clear. Doors were locked. School was locked. Not locked down, but school was locked. Doors were locked. No way anybody could walk in there just all willy-nilly on the free. You either had to be buzzed in or let in. This guy, as he said, this active piece of work had a little bit of issues with the door. Meaning he was working on that door for a little bit, which gave security enough time, ample time, well, not ample time, but enough time to call local law enforcement so that they were already on their way before things started going down. Unfortunately, we still lost people, but at the same time, this cop is obviously, this particular chief is basically saying, hey, all right, this is what happened, but I'm letting you know because the doors were locked and because of the security guards that were there, without them doing this, without them getting to this quickly, if they didn't do this, we'd have another Uvalde situation on our hands. And then also the same thing with 5-0. They actually showed up and they actually did their job too. They didn't do Uvalde, where they stood around the perimeter of the school and holding back screaming parents trying to get into the school to save their children. They actually were active. They did the damn job. Thank God for that. But to me, it sounds like this dude put a crowbar to the thing. He did something to forcibly pry that door open to get in to do what he did. Now, I understand 8 altogether, if I'm correct. 2 have been pronounced deceased. Or sorry, 3, I'm sorry. 3 have been pronounced deceased. 1 a teacher, 1 a student, and 1 is the actual active monster that did this as well. Again, I say this, and I keep saying this over and over and over again. 1, I didn't expect this to, this is all breaking. This is all breaking news as we speak. But I'm just so tired of hearing these stories. And the fact that this is in my neck of the woods. This is in a school that I've said a million times before, I've done many projects in and outside of that school. And the fact that this is all going down is just it's devastating. It's one thing when you hear it from a city or a town many states away, but when you hear about it and it's in your backyard, it really does bother you quite a bit, to say the least. I do have some more things here to show you guys, because there's a few more things revolving around this. And again, it's just crazy, this situation. Hold on one second, guys. So this is what they're saying here. I mean, allegedly. So apparently this is what's going on in other schools in St. Louis. I heard they're on lockdown. No confirmation if they're being targeted. The news announced it. They said it was, they said from Forest Park to Roosevelt. Okay, I'm hearing for some parents aren't able to get to their children because most schools are on high alert lockdown, no one in or out. Yep, they won't let nobody get their kids. This is insane. I mean, this is just one of the many conversations that's going on revolving around this incident that just recently happened. Again, my mind is absolutely blown with this. Here's another screenshot. And thank you to everybody who's been sending me this stuff. But this also says right here. So the Beckley Police Department has been advised of numerous threats to parents and students at both Park Middle School and Beckley Stratton Middle School. The Beckley Police Department, along with our federal partners, have determined through a lengthy investigation that these threats originated from sources outside of the country and in a different state. There is no immediate threat to students at either school at this time. Please use this opportunity to talk to your kids about internet safety and not adding or talking to strangers. So they're saying that this is like pranks. Some jerk offs are being around or out here, either out of the country or out of the state of Missouri that are using their time, occupying their time, making threats. And of course, scaring many, many Many, many people in St. Louis right now. That's crazy. Threats to both parents and students. Hence the reason why we're seeing on Facebook people sharing things like, oh no, they're coming after everybody. They're coming for everybody now. It's unbelievable, man. Unfreaking believable. And this is actually one of these teachers. I don't want to show his name or their name because I just want to be fair. But this is one of the teachers from the actual school saying, I'm okay all. And they have a son there at the school that apparently was hit either by shrapnel or, by a bullet. But they're saying, I'm okay all. Pray for our school and my son. He was shot and is in surgery. I believe God still, he will be okay. So a teacher from the school put this out to say, hey, I'm all right. But their son matriculates at that same high school, and that kid was hit. As much as we sit here and, man, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. There's still good in the world, y'all. As much as there is evil in the world, there still is good in the world, okay? There's people like you out here that are listening, watching the show, caring, showing the feedback, sharing your emotions, crying with these families that you don't know anything about. You may weep for them, maybe shed a tear for them. Shows that you still have a heart. Shows you that there still is good in the world. There really is good in the world. It just sucks that sometimes the evil just gets out here and gets thrown in our faces a lot. And it's unfortunate because evil gets a lot of hits. You know what I'm saying? Evil gets a lot of hits. And this is just sad. And regardless if this was going on in your neck of the woods or my neck of the woods, I'd still be reacting angrily. I'd still be upset the exact same way. Because none of our children should be put in dire straits. None of our children should feel unsafe when they are going to learn, when they're getting education. And the Central Visual and Performing Arts School is a fantastic school, okay? It's a great school. I have a lot of friends that graduated from that school. This is their alma mater. And what's so frustrating is that now they're going to look back and see this and scratch their heads going, what happened? And why did this happen? Again, this wasn't just some student. Or maybe it was an old student. But what makes that person come back to the school or at all? Why would a person, 20-year-old or older, particular person, go out of their way to target this school and target the lives of young kids? Why is that happening, y'all? Like I said, my mind is still wrapping around this situation. Because regardless, I guess whenever it comes to these kind of situations, I'm always thrown off. Just like you guys, you know, just completely thrown off and trying to make it all make sense. Because to me, no matter how many times I talk about these particular situations, these stories, it's always still like I'm talking about something like this for the first time. Yet we deal with these kind of situations all the time. We talk about these stories, we talk about these incidents all the time, and it's becoming way too common. And let me tell you this too, because I feel like we all need to keep our heads on a swivel. We all need to be savvy on what the hell is going on out here. Real talk. This just happened in my neck of the woods, y'all. Think about that. Now, I get it. Like every shooting that happens in every corner of this world affects all of us globally. But notice that this just happened in my backyard. Never thought it would ever happen here. I'll be real. I'm shocked. I'm disgusted and shocked. But it should give you guys a small idea of how common stories like this have become. Just saying. Because I'm just trying to say, as much as you say, oh, it would never happen in my little town. Well, guess what? It very well could happen if we don't get our P's and Q's on point. Welcome to another situation yeah, I'm at a loss for words myself. I'm at a loss for words because this is not. The thing is Mary Sweet, I really do appreciate you saying you're really sorry. Hey, listen, you don't need to say sorry to me. You see what I'm saying? Because this is affecting everybody. Doesn't even have to be this. If this was happening in a small town in Tennessee, we'd still be going, oh my gosh, I'd still be reacting this way. I'd still be angry. I'd still be pissed off. Okay. I'd still be sitting here going, we got to find different ways to protect our children. Okay. I get about having your rights and all that, right to own and all that stuff. Okay, fine. I get that. But there's got to be a better way of protecting our children. I'd still say the same thing if this happened right next to me or if this happened in Australia. I'd still have the same reaction. It's just frustrating that we're now dealing with this kind of stuff. And it's like, it's just becoming every day. It's becoming like breathing air. It's becoming common as drinking water. It's becoming common as we're getting more and more desensitized by these acts. And the funny thing is that we look at these things and we are shocked, right? We, clutch our pearls and we get all reactionary about everything. But then after it, what do? Do we really do something? It's just something to think about. It's definitely something to think about. We talk about all the things like, we're going to heal the world, make it a better place. You know what I mean? We're going to do all this stuff. And then we don't do it. But what sucks is that we don't even have time to really even do that because we're usually reacting to the next situation that happens, the next shooting. Soon as the dust settles, another one happens. St. Louis. It's like a broken, bloody record. crazy. And Jennifer, I'm calm. I'm more than calm. I'm just speaking facts. I'm speaking truths. And I'm wondering, when is it going to change? We can have our officials, we can have our chiefs, we can have our, local authorities and the elected officials that we have step up and say how this, that, and the third. But I'm going, what are they doing? What are they doing to start to help implement change in this situation? What are we going to do to stop things from happening like this all the time? All the time. Now, I will say this. Though. Some things did work. Sort of. Some things bought people more time. Locking the doors. Obviously, there's a metal detector and security staff there. This wasn't just some open school, okay, of just whatever. Oh, anybody can walk in and out, no problem. School is a lockdown. That particular piece of work had a hard time getting into the school. Struggled getting through the locks. However that person did it, it gave them time, enough time to call 5-0. Yes, 8 people. I do agree with that. That's still terrible, and it should be 0, right? But nonetheless, the numbers could have been worse if those certain safety precautions did not exist. But now that also goes to the thing of the conversation that needs to be had outside of the school, doing its lockdown and using its safety precautions like a metal detector and security and all that stuff. What about that actual individual with the gun in their hand? How do we get that gun to vanish, vaporize, where they don't have access to said gun? Yeah. That's the question and the discussion that needs to be had. Yet I feel more and more than ever, we're avoiding that conversation. Our certain elected officials are avoiding having that conversation. They're avoiding trying to make a change because God knows what. And there are the few that are out there really working diligently, trying to work on gun control laws, et cetera, but they keep having pushback. There's still struggles. There's still issues. But again, I will tell you this. You can have a house made of brick. All right? You could sit there and made of stone, make it impenetrable. All right? But what are we doing to stop those big bad wolves from getting actual access to weapons that are actually going to go in and hurt our loved ones? That's the question I have. Because it only takes a second. It takes less than a second to take somebody's life. We saw that in Uvalde. We've seen that in so many different situations. So many. I'm going to take some of your super chats here really quick, because I know some of you guys already did these things. Ang, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I really do appreciate it. A parent's worst fear, heartbroken prayers for all involved. I absolutely 110% agree. Yeah, it's absolutely, this is devastating information. And again, thank you so much for the $2. Do they maybe scan randomly? No, every single person, like I said, every single person that walks into that school walks into that metal detector. You know, they have the little tray where you can put your cell phone in and your keys and whatever, and you walk through the metal detector. Every single last person has to do that. Staff, students, you name it, every person does. So it's not a scan random. So from my understanding, and obviously we don't know all the information, we haven't seen any security cam footage, we haven't seen nothing yet, right? But from what we've heard from the chief of police, he said he had issues getting in. He had a hard time, getting through the door. Now, that could mean many different things. He could have tried the door, got in by prying it open, using a bunch of force, using extra elbow grease to get in that mother lover with ease. Or he tried and maybe he crawled through a window. That could also be it too. That could be a possibility. But my best bet is he pried the door open with like a crowbar or something. That's what I think. And guys, please do me a favor. Hit that like button down below. That would really, really mean a lot. Okay. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you guys came in here earlier for Quentin Simon talk, but I'm gonna have to postpone that conversation for another day. This is breaking news, as you already know. If you don't know and you're filing in just right now for the first time, there was a shooting at the Central Visual and Performing Arts High School. I'm sorry. Central Visual and Performing Arts High School in St. Louis, Missouri. Okay. So this is all still just kind of breaking for all of us. Julie Jam, thank you so much for the 5. Is it possible that the same window was shot out? Or sorry, is it possible the same window was shot out, or are the doors glass? Or perhaps the shooter went through a PE or some obscure entrance. Now, one thing I'm still wondering, like I said, it sounds to me like he jimmied the door, he forcibly broke that door open. From what I remember with these doors, the windows are very small in the doors. It's not just all glass, from what I remember. In fact, let's take a look. There's a couple things here where they show kind of the school. And from what I remember, I remember it being kind of one of those things, but it's very interesting. Have mercy. There's another breaking story. Man, this is some crazy stuff. This is the craziest Monday. Hey, hamburger. Hold on. Debbie, I see it. I saw what you said. I will look at that in just a minute. Just give me a second here. So I don't know. From what I remember, the front doors were not like that. But at the same time, you got to go through a building to get into the main campus, like the main area. So for it to be that, very interesting. But don't worry, Leo girl, I promise you I'm going to look at that here in just a second, because that's very interesting news. I'm just getting to these super chats, and I think we have a new member just joining the membership, which obviously is always very appreciative. Okay. One story at a time, everybody. 1 second. Sorry, guys. These are chats and comments from a minute ago. Uno momento, por favor. Marion Weigel, welcome to the membership. Appreciate you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And of course, you guys can always join the membership, support in that way. You can also check out my merch page, which is pascalmerch.com. Got some great hoodies just like this readily available. Go and check those out. That'd be greatly appreciated. All right. And I got another super chat in here. Charlie Miller, thank you so much for the 10. As a teacher myself, events like this keep happening and the government doesn't give a damn. I guess doesn't give a damn about teachers or students. Hopefully I have that right. Parents of NRA kids got unalived, they will think differently. You know, I think, Charlie, you ain't wrong. I do feel that when it comes to, I do feel that same way. I feel like when it comes to the safety of students and teachers, things kind of get pushed on the wayside as far as stuff like this, because we see these happen more and more. I mean, time and time again, we're seeing these kind of things. And I keep wondering what's holding the government back from being able to, fund certain things to add more safety to other for other facilities, for schools and whatnot. It's just the one thing I don't get, because I feel like a lot of times they'll go, oh, we just don't have the money for it, so on and so forth. It's like, wait a second, we don't have the funds, or if we end up doing bulletproof windows, we're gonna have to cut teachers' funding, teacher salary by X, Y, and Z, or to be able to pay that thing off. And it's like I keep feeling like certain things like that should be implemented, should be funded, backed by the government, by your, that's what I feel like it should be, right? Because it's every person's kid going to that school. These public schools, are you kidding me? Private schools, man, if they sit there and go, oh, we don't have the money for this, man, you make a lot of money. It's a private school. Okay? That's a private ass school. Trust me, I'm sure you can finesse something. God forbid, the football team goes 2 seasons without new jerseys, for crying out loud. You know what I mean? That's just that doesn't make any sense to me. Okay? I just feel like there's got to be a better way to take care of our kids, period. Mimi, thank you so much for the CHF 95, the dollar, or the one. I'll just round it up. I appreciate it. Now, Debbie just said something here. Where did that go? Breaking news. Harmony Montgomery's father has been arrested. What? All right. Let's take a look at that real quick. But the only way that we have less conversations like this is when they start remedying these issues revolving around these shootings that happen at schools. If they were able to find a better way of protecting our kids, protecting our teachers, protecting the educators inside of schools, this would be a completely different conversation. We wouldn't be having these conversations. Okay? We wouldn't. Is that breaking news? Because I feel like I'm confused. And Rick, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Pickle Rick. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate that. Let me see. I'm looking. Again, thank you so much, Mimi. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yep. Leo says, yep, breaking news. Let me see, because I looked at YouTube and I didn't see anything. Let me see if I just Google. Let me see this. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. No way. This can't be true. I mean, it's from the Daily Beast, but I don't have a membership with Daily Beast, but let's take a look at this before it disappears. Oh, wow. I don't know if this is true, though. Father arrested for the unaliving of 5-year-old Harmony Montgomery. The girl would be 8 today, as reported missing late last year, which we talked about last year. and had previously been aided by her dad, cops say. And of course it's going to do that to me. Of course it's going to do that to me. Let me find something a little different. Okay. Wow, this is new. This is news to me. So, her father's being charged. Adam Montgomery is being charged with her 2019 unaliving. New Hampshire authorities announced on Monday, today. Thank you, Debbie, and thank you, Leo. Girl, I appreciate y'all. Okay, for the updates, but this is brand new news breaking. New Hampshire authorities announced on Monday that Adam Montgomery has been charged with the unaliving of his daughter, Harmony Montgomery. Attorney General Formella and Manchester Police Chief Aldenberg announced the development during a press conference at the Manchester Police Department. Formella said Montgomery was arrested Monday morning and is charged with second-degree unaliving for recklessly causing Harmony's demise on or around December 7th, 2019. He is also charged with falsifying physical evidence, of a corpse. What? Of a corpse, okay, and tampering with a witness. He's accused of causing Harmony's demise by repeatedly striking her with a closed fist. Let me hit the number one if you can hit the number one if you can hear this. Can you hear that? Could you hear the audio on that ad just before I start playing it? Okay. Good. What in the hell? Let me reboot this. What the hell? Gotta love these ads. Hold on. But this is some crazy. Oh no, you guys can't hear it. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't have any. Can you hear this? You hear this at all? No sound. Gotcha. Of course it was. Let me just do this. They done messed with me, man. They done messed with me. Man, is this frustrating. Let's try this again. Let's try this.
Investigators are expected to announce new information in the Harmony Montgomery murder investigation. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Paula Eben. Now, back in August, New Hampshire investigators determined that the 5-year-old was murdered back in 2019, 2 years before she had been reported missing. We want to get right to our chief investigator, Cheryl Fiandaca, who has the very latest. Cheryl?
Well, Paula, officials planning on an update later in about an hour where police say they've received hundreds of tips in this case, but Harmony Montgomery's body has yet to be found.
Yeah, she's still.
Now, Harmony has not been seen, as you said, since 2019. At the time, she was 5 years old and living with her father, Adam Montgomery, and stepmother, Kayla. During the investigation, both were arrested on a variety of charges. Adam has pleaded not guilty to hitting Harmony, as well as gun charges. Now, Kayla was arrested for public assistance fraud involving Harmony and perjury. Those cases are still pending. WBZ is continuing to follow this story and will provide you updates as soon as we get them. That news conference, Paula, as I said, within about an hour.
You know what's interesting?
Chevy Silverado.
You know what's interesting? Me, what I find extremely interesting is, doesn't this sound a little bit familiar? Just saying. Doesn't that sound a little familiar? But what's interesting is it took them years, literally years, to find to put something on Adam Montgomery. And we're dealing with the same thing, which was what I was about to talk about this morning about Quentin Simon. This is one of the reasons why Leilani's still out here in these streets, man. Why? Because they don't have anything on her. They have nothing to charge her with. What's the other thing, though, too, is, and maybe, I guess, lucky for Adam Montgomery, I guess, is that he doesn't have some crazy crowd outside of his home harassing him every single day. If this story was really out there like it was with this Quentin Simon situation, trust and believe there'd be people outside of his house not letting that man have one wink of sleep. This is unbelievable. That woman, that little girl's body still has not been found. That little girl's body still has not been found, y'all. So I'm wondering what they did. I'm wondering what they found on him. Okay. I'm wondering what they found that they're charging him with this, with the death of this little girl. I'm pulling up more. This is weird. WCVB. See, I'm looking for them too, and I don't see nothing.
Earlier this
Okay. We got Mo. Let's take a look at this. This is all breaking news as well, so please hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Be greatly appreciated. Man, so much going on today.
This morning, Adam Montgomery was arrested for the murder of Harmony Montgomery in 2019 and other related charges. Specifically, Mr. Montgomery has been charged with the following 4 crimes. Second-degree murder for recklessly causing the death of Harmony Montgomery, a person under 13 years of age, under circumstances manifesting an extreme indifference to the value of human life, by repeatedly striking Harmony in the head with a closed fist in Manchester on or about December 7, 2019. Falsifying physical evidence for purposely altering, destroying, concealing, or removing the body of Harmony Montgomery with a purpose to impair its verity or availability in an official proceeding or investigation in Manchester between approximately December 7th, 2019 and March 4th, 2020. Abuse of corpse for purposefully and unlawfully removing, concealing, or destroying the corpse of Harmony Montgomery or any part thereof in Manchester between approximately December 7th, 2019 and March 4th, 2020. And tampering with witnesses or informants for purposely attempting to induce or otherwise cause Kayla Montgomery to testify or inform falsely in Manchester between approximately December 7th, 2019 and January 4th, 2022. Mr. Montgomery is expected to be arraigned on these charges in Hillsborough County Superior Court, Northern District in Manchester tomorrow, October 25th, 2022. While today's arrest is a major step in this investigation, there is much work to come. The charges and allegations against Adam Montgomery are merely accusations, and he is presumed innocent until proven guilty.
Crazy. Well, there you have it.
Earlier this morning,
I mean, this guy
Adam Montgomery was arrested for the murder of Harmony Montgomery,
being held accountable for the
and other related charges.
For the unaliving
Specifically, Mr. Montgomery has been
The
charged with
demise
the following 4 crimes.
That little girl. Again,
Second-degree murder.
8 years old.
For recklessly causing the
still
death
alive.
of Harmony Montgomery, a person under
He's been
13 years of
abused.
age, under circumstances manifesting an extreme indifference to the value of human life.
That could mean
By
many
repeatedly
different things.
striking Harmony
I'm going to say this.
in the
That could
head with a
mean
closed
many,
fist
many different things.
in Manchester on or about
Still,
December 7th, 2019.
my mind goes to that's bad.
Falsifying physical evidence for purposely altering, destroying.
Wait, hold on. Okay. Just want to make sure. But this is thank you, Ray Ray. Like this whole thing is acting a damn fool. It's the whole process is different now. Let me fix that. So sorry, I just muted it. Sorry about that, guys. But this is just so crazy now to me. Excuse me. But man, what a crazy turn of events today. Real talk. This is all crazy. None of this did I expect to happen. This has just been one wild ass day. Shoot. We didn't even get a chance to get into the Quentin Simon stuff, but I will be going into that sometime, do a catch up, and obviously I'm sure there's going to be more updates revolving around this very, very soon, because still extremely devastating, the news that we've received revolving around this school in St. Louis, and this story about Harmony Montgomery. I didn't expect that to happen at all. So what an interesting Monday. What a very interesting Monday it's been indeed. All right. Yaya said girlfriend must have flipped on him. Maybe. I keep thinking that maybe that's what happened. You know? Maybe that's what happened. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out myself, because it just seems so strange for them to suddenly be like, oh, you know, for so many years, nothing. And then now, oh yeah, now we can arrest him. So it makes me wonder what happened. You know what I mean? Just makes me wonder. Okay. But it's very weird. Very, very weird. And Giovanna, let me tell you, if I drink any more chicken soup, I will lose my mind. So I'm gonna say no to the I'm gonna say no to the hot chicken soup, because I need some time away from that. I need to eat some real solid food, in my personal opinion. I need some solid food. Oh my Lord. Okay. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. It's very interesting. All of this is very, very interesting. Very, very interesting situation, guys. Very, very interesting situation. And of course, you know for a fact that if there's anything new that's popping off, anything that's revolving around this story or the other story that I just talked about a little bit ago, my heart goes out to my city of St. Louis. Man, this is not great news. But this also brings up a very, very, tough but much needed conversation that needs to be had. We need to talk about this stuff and figure out what ways we can do. What can we do to save our children, save our educators, keep them safe and not in harm's way all the time, not in harm's way like this. Because there's a lot. There's definitely a conversation that we need to have, and it might be a tough conversation, but it's a conversation that we have to have nonetheless. You know, Charlie Miller, thank you so much for the 5. When it comes to the shootings, NRA bags of money is more important than human life. Yeah, I mean, I hear you on that 110%. You know, like I said, this is something that definitely it's an issue that needs to be addressed. It's a conversation that needs to be had. It can't just be one angry mob or one passionate viral video of somebody going off and getting upset, and it just be that, and let it just sit and lay there. There needs to be more conversations. There needs to be more things implemented within our system so that other people have harder times of getting their hands on weapons, running into schools and doing unthinkable things. Again, this was a 20-something-year-old person. 20-something-year-old person. Okay, this wasn't just this anybody. Okay, this wasn't just some student that was some disgruntled student. I'm sorry. What I meant is this is not just some disgruntled student. This is just a regular person that targeted this school. Why did they target this school? And I feel like that's going to be the ongoing burning question that I have. Is there a history? Did this person matriculate at this school in the past and suddenly had some strange vendetta against the school and the students and the staff that were in it? Or was this just a random act of evil where somebody just wanted to walk into a school and do the unthinkable? These are all the questions I have burning in my head. I have a lot of questions, and hopefully we get those answered very, very soon. And when we do, you know, for a fact, we're going to hear some things. Now, Tyler just said he was an alumni. Then, wow. It just makes me wonder why he targeted the school after graduating. Why the school of all things? Why that school of all things? Nicole B just said, one of the kids heard him say he was sick of this school. Son of a gun. Hold on. There is something here. I just didn't know if I could play it here. I don't know how I just don't know how violent it gets. That's the problem. So I need to look at this right quick. Hold on. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. In Pig Society, thank you so much for gifting 5 people. Thank you so very much. Okay, so I got a video. Let me show you guys this. This is another video that I received. And thank you everybody who's been sharing and you know, just giving me this information. But this is just terrible. This is just a random live video, but take a look.
See them down there. They coming out that way, all this way. What happened? You okay? What happened? Wait, what the fuck who got shot?
I don't know who all got shot, but
wait, no, girl, wait. How you get that? Is you okay? You saw the man?
She had to jump out of the window. Do you hear that, what she said? And again, Pink Society, thank you so very much for gifting 5 members. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Let me make sure I have that correct. Yes. Thank you again for gifting 5 members. I really, really do appreciate that. Thank you so very much. Okay. But apparently this is happening this happened right outside the school. And she's saying this girl, this survivor, okay, apparently had to jump out of the window of the school. This is the reason why, if you could see, I'm gonna pull this back a little bit. Her pants are ripped. If you can see right here, it's because she fell. Her pants split in the crotch area and the leg, all the way down her leg, because of her jumping out of the school window to find safety. It's absolutely insane. But let's hear what she says one more time. And of course, you guys can hear this. I think I figured it all out. So, all right.
I don't know who walked outside, but it was. Wait, no, girl, wait. How you get there? You have to jump out the window. Is you okay? You saw the man? I had my eyes closed. It was a white man. It was a white man? Yes, he came in there and shot the teacher. What teacher? Wow. I don't know. He came in there and shot her, tried to shoot her. That's he was like surprised motherfuckers, and he walked on the class and started shooting again in the hall. Oh. I don't know. I have my eyes closed. Oh my God, y'all.
So that's where the shots came from.
Miss Cool. So he just came and shot our teacher. That's it, and left. Yes. Miss Cool. What he shot? Look, y'all, she got blood. What she get shot at?
Wow. So that teacher walked in, not the teacher, the shooter walked into that classroom, said, "Surprise, mother lovers," aimed, pulled the trigger on the teacher, and walked right out. And then continued to do more. Again, Charlie, thank you so much for the 5. It's been time to get comfortable being uncomfortable when it comes to talking about gun control and how easy it is to get guns. Yes, I absolutely 110% agree. And that's the thing. We need to have these conversations. We need to talk about gun control. But also, we need to start having that conversation at a higher level. We could talk about it here on this channel all day long. Of course. Please. I want to talk about it all the live long day on this channel. But one of the main things that we need to start bringing into the main platforms that we need to be bringing this conversation to are those platforms and those rooms that are really going to make the change happen as well. But the only way we can get there is if we continue talking about it. And we get other people on the bandwagon and people start talking. It's the same thing when we talk about Quentin Simon, we talk about Gabby Petito, we talk about Dylan Rounds, we talk about any person, okay? Any of these people that we've talked about, any of these unsolved cases and true crime stories and all that stuff that we've talked about. When everybody comes together and talks about it in unison, then they start to listen. That's just what I've noticed. You know for a fact that people would not be outside of Quentin Simon's family's home right now if all these channels weren't talking about Quentin Simon till their face fell off. People would not be outside of Quentin Simon's family's home if people weren't tweeting about it all the time. And I feel like it's the same thing we needed to be doing when it comes to gun control and safety within these schools. But again, we'll sit there and go, oh, lo siento, hashtag prayers for St. Louis type thing. And then we move on. And then the next one happens. Oh, prayers for Paris. Oh, prayers for Uvalde. Justice for such. And then it just moves on to the next one. Like a disgusting virus that just bounces from town to town. And then it only when it gets infected, that town gets your own neck of the woods actually gets infected. That's when people start giving a damn in your town. That's ridiculous. Things need to change. Real talk. Things need to change. We need to stop avoiding having these conversations. And yes, I get it that it's polarizing and everything's so damn political. I mean, shoot, you could talk about breathing air and somebody's going to try to turn it into something political, but this should be something simple. It's common sense, in my personal opinion. It's like, hey, do you love your children? Yes. So then let's talk about safety. Do you love the people that are inside those schools? Do you care for the livelihood of those educators? Because now you got more and more teachers that are sitting there going, I quit. I ain't even getting paid for this. I'm going to start an OF. Real talk. I'm going to take photos of my feet. I don't need to talk to kids and teach kids no more. I'm making more money online now. Shoot, and I won't die. If there was more safety and more respect for the educational system, for these educators and the students that actually matriculate to these schools, this would be if there was care, there'd be a totally different conversation going on. There'd be more uproar. There'd be more conversations. There'd be more protests. They'd shake the tree a little bit to get the conversation going so we can have more safety. But at the same time, I know that there's the people out there that have the opposing disagreements, that have some strong points, saying, oh, hey, it doesn't matter. You could do this all day long. You could take the guns. You could try to do that in the third. But hey, if there's a will, there's a way. I get that. But at least it would make they'd have to work even harder. That will. Sure, it's in a lot of crazed people that are out here that are wanting to do terrible things like this particular monster did today at this school. But that will would get stopped by something. Some sort of red tape, some wall, something would stop that monster from being able to obtain something like this. And then, of course, when it comes to the schools, there's got to be another way for our kids to be able to go and do what they need to do, which is learn. Know what it feels free. Have some freedom. All right? Not feel like they're walking into a prison. But at the same time, there needs to be a place where they know for a fact they are going to be safe. And it's not this particular shooter had a little bit of issues getting in. It's this particular guy was not able to go into the place at all. He tried and tried again, but he had no luck. He gave up and he kicked rocks. That's what we're hoping for. And then he was arrested down the street. That's what I want to hear. Not, he had a little bit of issues. There was a little bit of pause, but then he was able to go in there and shoot up the place. Injure 8, claiming the lives of 2, and then not including himself, claiming the lives of 2 people. While kids are jumping out of windows, trying to seek safety, trying to look for salvation, while he's running through these halls, doing God knows what to other victims as well. There's got to be something better. There's just got to be. There's just got to be something better, y'all. And I believe, and maybe I'm romanticizing it and I'm a hopeless romantic, right? Sure, call me a hopeless romantic, but I do believe that there's some solution out there. There's got to be. I know you can't save everybody all the time, but damn, can we at least try? Anyway, guys, that is the show. Tell me if you can hear this music too, because now I'm confused. Now I'm concerned. Okay. Can you hear this music? Press the number 1 if you can hear the music. Because I do want to make sure. Okay. So you guys can hear the music. I don't know. The program done messed with me, man. The program done messed with me. Okay? But your boy is back. I've been sick for like 4 days straight, but I'm back. I mean, I wanted to take the weekend to just kind of recoup a little bit, recuperate, get some rest and all that. As you obviously can tell, I'm still working through some ish. But I may be on a little bit later on tonight to talk about some other things because there's some other stories that I've been wanting to talk to you guys about as well. So it'd be great to have you there and check it out as well. If you can do me a favor, though, before you head off, hit that like button down below. All right, send it past 500 likes really quick. That would really, really mean a lot. A like don't cost a thing, but it also gets the story out and gets people to know what the heck is going on. Obviously, we didn't talk about Quentin's assignment at all. If there's more developing information around that, we will be talking about that. Again, we will be talking about that. I guarantee you that we will be talking about it. So be sure to hit that notification bell just in case you haven't been getting your notifications. Hit that, turn it off and turn it back on. That'd be greatly appreciated. And for those of y'all who haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show. Oh, I forgot to tell you real quick, please go check out pascalmerch.com. Okay, we have a sale going on right now till Halloween. We have a Halloween special, I guess, going on where we changed the deal. So we are back to the 20% off. Let me say that again, 20% off everything in store. So please go check it out. 20% off every item in the store right now as we speak. So go over to pascalmerch.com and go and get you something nice. All right. And it would be greatly appreciated. So starting a brand new business and it's been doing very well. And you guys have been enjoying the stuff, and we have a whole slew of stuff coming to you guys at the top. I think some of you guys should be getting stuff like today. Some of you guys who have ordered things a little bit ago should be getting your stuff in the mail. So keep an eye out for those things, okay? But anyway, guys, it is time to get going. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Really, really, I really do appreciate it. I'm going to go and try to rest a little bit because, I think the cold is through with me, but the cold is not through with me at all. So I'm going to go and get off here. But I appreciate all y'all for being here. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. It's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys very soon. Do something positive today. We've had a lot of negative, not so great news lately. So do something nice for yourself today. All right, guys. See you guys soon. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.